Fumi is back for the next Hack City comedy. Both he and yours truly, that's Mike Nguyen, are doing our half-hour-long sets. Can we do it? Come find out. It's happening August 12th, 7:30 p.m. at Union Hall in Brooklyn. Tickets available in the episode description at asiannotasianpod.com or just Google Hack City Comedy. See you there.
The worst thing I think an actor could do is to try to be something that they're not.
Huh. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can play a character, but you always got to bring yourself to that character.
Right.
You know, that's the thing that makes you different from everyone else is yourself.
Welcome to another episode of the Asian Not Asian podcast. I am Mike Nguyen.
I'm Jenny Arimoto.
And this is the podcast. A deeply introspective podcast hosted by deeply introspective Asian American comedians. I think that's pretty good.
That was good. We do change it every single episode.
It is. And we wouldn't have it any other way because we ourselves are a work in progress.
We're dynamic. We're shifting. We're always different.
We're there. We're not there. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We're behind you. Look behind you. No, it's a lot of fun. Very quickly, if you are listening to this on your iPhone, go ahead and take a screenshot, post it, and tag us at Asian Not Asian Pod. We love that. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review and give us 5 stars. And if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe and leave a comment. Let us know. What should they let us know?
Let us know what TV character you hate.
The Smurfs. No. Yeah. Anyone. It could be anything. Just check us. Just check us out. I'm nervous.
Was that a bad prompt?
No, it wasn't. I put you on the spot.
I know. I wasn't ready to be put on the spot like that.
Well, you came out with
What
fire
about
colors.
just like your deepest, darkest secret?
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the two. Either your deepest, darkest secrets or a character you don't like. I am just excited to be here. This is a special day. It's just a regular day, but it feels special. It does feel special because I'm just gonna get out and do it. Okay, our guest is a very cool guy. Okay, I don't just say that because of the things he's done. His outfit,
yes,
is banger.
His outfit's so cool.
Cool. He has a cool like crossbody. He's got cool glasses.
Yeah.
I walked by him like twice because I was like, the guy I'm looking for doesn't look this cool. He's a writer, he's an actor, he's a rapper, he's a director of a forthcoming movie, Shortcomings, and he's a friend of the pod. Give it up for Randall Park.
Hey! This is so cool.
Thanks, man.
This place is crazy.
This place is crazy,
know.
right?
It's crazy.
This is I'm glad you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You never hung out here.
No.
Where did you came here a little early? That was my bad. And then you were wandering around. Where did you go? What did you do?
I was here.
Oh, you were here.
I passed by. If you guys were in here, I passed by you.
I'm
Wait,
telling
it's
you, I must
probably-
have seen you and been like, look at this cool guy.
Wait, there's probably footage from the
There
lot
may be
'cause
footage.
We were filming it earlier.
I was walking around.
Yeah, there's probably footage
I
of
was
you.
also eating. I had lunch.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And then I was walking around like and on my phone. So I probably like bumped into you.
I wonder because again, you look very cool. Can you give us
That's
a quick
so
rundown?
strange to hear.
I think. Wait, hold on here. Is it strange because you don't think you're that cool, or do you think it's strange because it's surprising that I think you look cool?
Yeah, because I consider myself advancing in age, and I just the kids are so cool. The kids, you guys are
Oh my
just so
gosh.
cool
I'm
that
not a
it's
cool-
just like
okay.
always weird to.
No, yeah. Can you give us a quick rundown? Can you give us an outfit of the day? What are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
Yeah, start.
I'm not wearing anything special.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
You got the cool glasses.
I would say the sunglasses are very
sunglasses.
cool.
Sunglasses are cool. These are cool.
Those
Yes.
are cool.
These are cool.
Who turned you on to that? To those?
Michael Galamko,
Okay.
who is
Yeah.
a writer
Yeah.
and a partner of mine in our production company.
Yes.
He is big on these, and I have a pair of regular glasses that I got, and I just love them. And then I just started buying some sunglasses.
Yep.
And these ones, just my favorite ones.
They-
And so I got these Jacques Marie sunglasses.
Boom. Same as me. We're
Yeah.
basically the same person.
Yeah.
It's so cool. But also the other thing that I think really kicks you up a notch is the bracelet.
The bracelet. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. This
Oh,
is,
yeah.
it says Ruby's dad. My daughter's Ruby.
Aww.
Yeah. And yeah, the bracelet is really what does it, I think.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
because you're wearing it like dad mode, but you legit look like you went to like EDM festival.
Yeah, you went to EDC. and,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got this because I was like massaging a bear for a while, and then they gave me
I
this
have
bracelet.
never been to EDM. I don't know what that means fully. So I thank you, I think.
No, thanks for coming.
Yes.
We like to start the show just by asking everybody, what kind of Asian were you this week? Mm-hmm. I don't know who wants to start.
I can go first.
Yeah, Jenny, what kind of Asian were you this
I
week?
was a Jabberwockies Asian,
Okay, I love
and
it.
that of course just means I danced a lot.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I thought it meant you wore a mask a lot.
yeah,
Like a full face
full
mask.
face mask, and
Yeah.
just had like other people wear the same mask
Yeah.
behind me. No, so I got this 305 Fitness is like a dance like cardio class, and I never done it. And when you sign up for the first time, you get 10 days unlimited.
Wow.
So I went so much
Where
to
is
this
it?
like cardio. It's in the West Village.
Okay.
And it's very like twerk, like lots of like
Oh.
body rolls and
Yeah.
things like that. And one, I'm getting older, so like after the first class, like, oh my god, my lower back hurts.
Yes.
Which is like a feeling I haven't really had until I hit my 30s.
Yeah.
And-
Welcome.
And the other thing was there's a lot of like walk, and pose, and then it's like twerk back, and I'm like, my body doesn't do that. My like Asian frame doesn't know how to do that. And I was thinking about how like I'm Japanese, like Japanese dancing is not close to this. Like even hip hop dancing is not close to this. And I'm like, I think there's a part of me that's like, my body shouldn't do this. You know what I mean? Like my body can't make these movements.
What does that mean? What is like Japanese?
I always think
hip-
of like or like pop music.
Yes.
Is like very cutesy. Like
Oh, yeah.
like Korea K-pop is like hotter. Like
Yes.
K-pop is closer to like Western like cool
Yeah,
vibes,
it
and
is
Japan
cooler.
is more just like like everything's like
Yeah. It's a lot of
With
it's
the
a,
two-piece sign.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a lot of above the shoulder movements
Yeah,
rather than down
yeah.
below movements.
So I was just watching myself and I was like, this is not natural for me at all. But it's really fun. But I'm like very sore now.
Yeah. Randall, when you went to the EDM festival you went to, did you do a lot of dancing? Were you a big dancer?
I'm not now or in the past decades. but when I was a kid, I did breakdancing.
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh my God.
You
yes.
And I was in like a little crew, and like when I was real young.
Yeah, but you have like I feel you have a breakdancing vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you look like the dude in the crew where you're like, everyone's doing their thing, and then like, okay, Randall's got like one really good power move
Yes,
that he
yes,
does.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
he can't do
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
footwork.
No footwork.
No rhythm really.
No.
But the one windmill he does is fire.
Yeah. I just come in for that. I try other things, and then they kind of pull me out. Yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Would you
That's sick.
battle people?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, this was like back in elementary school.
Yeah.
This was the 80s.
Love it.
My
was
dream
the
is to get
80s.
into a dance battle.
Really?
I always want it to be like, I'm going to hurt you, and then it ends up being a dance battle. It's kind of a fantasy that I have.
That's my nightmare.
Oh, okay.
It would be very nerve-wracking, I feel.
Yeah. I wouldn't be good at it.
No.
But it'd just be a fun turn.
It
For
would be
like
fun.
a full circle to be like, oh.
We had an Asian prom a little while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we had one of those impromptu dance circles happening.
Wait, an Asian prom?
Yeah, we had an
What-
Asian prom.
What
So
is
we-
I think we have
so-
to explain that.
You know Jenny Yang?
Of course I know
of course
Jenny,
you know
dear
Jenny.
friend.
Jenny Yang. Whenever she would come to New York, she would have she would like call out Asian prom. I mean, just like out into the universe, and we would all hear it, all the Asian comedians.
Yeah.
And we would hear it through text. So like, so you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be at this restaurant, you know, blah blah, and we would all like a bunch of us would show up, and we'd just all hang out, and that we would call that Asian prom.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
And like
God.
Asuka would do the same thing, and
Oh yeah,
and
love
then,
her.
Yeah, she's great.
Love
and
her.
then we decided to have an actual Asian prom with like we like rented a space. We told everyone to dress up nice.
We had a DJ.
We had a DJ. We had you know, like bad streamers on the walls, and
That's
we had an Asian
amazing.
prom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to come next time. And then, but yeah, like some like whenever there is like a dance thing, there's always like the impromptu circle.
Yeah.
And there's always like the anxiety you have of like, am I gonna do this?
I have to go in. Yeah.
It's so, and then it gets to a point where you kind of have to. Everyone's looking at you.
Yes,
and it's
everybody's
like,
like,
it's
what's
your
gonna
turn.
happen?
Right. And you're like, all
Well,
right.
that's because you're standing at the edge.
Yes.
You gotta stand in the back. See, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I never feel that
Never.
anxiety.
Yeah.
No, you're
Just
outside
far
in your
away.
car.
Outside with a glass of alcohol of some sort, and I'm not even looking in that direction.
Yeah, it's I've gone in a few times, and it's you're always like, it's kind of like a open mic because you're doing it and you're waiting to hear if there's going to be a reaction.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go in
Yeah,
there and
there
nobody says anything.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm doing bad. And you kind of
Sometimes
like,
you get heckled.
yeah. You got like bad moonwalk out of
Yeah.
it. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
I was joke dancing,
Yeah,
everybody.
that's how you get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't practicing for hours and hours in front of my mirror.
And then the girl comes and spins on her head.
Damn it. Then Randall Park comes in. Power move. Okay, that was great. Yeah.
Mike, what type of Asian were you today? Or
You
not
know,
today, this week.
This week, I have to kind of, I hope I don't bring it down too much, but I don't feel very funny Asian. I didn't feel very funny. There was a lot of like, you know, we talked about it in another episode about just like weird stuff happening this week. But then also like, so I did, you know, I've been doing stand-up even though I had a baby. And I've been doing up okay, you know, like I think 3 times is enough where 3 times a week is the level where your wife will divorce you. But 2 times is okay.
Okay.
If you go up twice, 2 nights, you're okay, but 3 nights she's calling the lawyer.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, but this week I had a show. Tonight I was supposed to have a show, it got canceled. Yesterday, my friend texted me, he said, hey, you want to get up? And I did want to get up, at the same time I was sort of like, I kind of want to just chill at home because I'm just whatever.
Right.
And so, I don't know, I feel like I skipped a couple weeks, which made me feel guilty. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever feel like, oh, I there's so much of what we do which is just grinding. Just like, I'm just going to go.
Totally.
Yeah.
Comedy, writing, is just like, I'm just going to do it. I just got to do it. And so when I skipped, I'm like, now I'm not a comedian anymore because I like missed my punch card, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So there was that. But then I was thinking about it. I always think about this quote. I believe Wolverine said it. And it was something,
Good start.
something along the lines of like, be the best at whatever you do. I think for Wolverine, it's like killing sentinels. But for me, I was like, what is my killing sentinels? And I was like, I'm okay. I got jokes. But I'm not like that. I'm not trying to shit on myself. But I'm like not like that good at it. And then that made me sad because I was like, I worked so hard at this to not be that good at it. And then so I'm like, so does that mean I should go up more and get divorced? Or does that mean I should do something else? I don't know. You know, it made me like...
I really, you know, I used to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And I very much found myself in that situation and in that mind state often, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, I always felt like, oh, gosh, I should be going, you know, in LA it's different.
Right.
Here you have the opportunity to go up every night if you want.
Yeah.
In LA it's like harder, you know? So if you skip a show, you know, it might be a couple more weeks before you do another show, you know, when you're starting out. And I'd always find myself kind of in that, that kind of, do I, you know, I really want it, but also why aren't I like, why did I let that opportunity pass? Why did I, you know, I should just be, it's all about reps.
Yes,
you know, like
exactly.
constantly getting your reps. And then, eventually I quit.
But you quit in order to do something else, and I feel that like opened up.
I'm telling you, just quit.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, we just kind of came to the conclusion here.
That's great. And what a great story. What a way. You know what? Mike, why'd you quit? Randall Park told me to quit comedy. Oh, well. It's like the Pope telling you shouldn't be Catholic.
Yeah, and you're like, all right.
No.
No.
Take the,
Yeah,
keep at it.
No, yeah.
That's a part of the journey. You're
It
supposed
is.
to go through that.
Right.
And that's a part. It's like this art is like, what do you call it? Like you have to get validated by other people that
Oh my
you're
God, so
good
much.
at it. And so
Yes.
it is this like cyclical thing when you don't receive that validation, you start getting in your head.
Oh,
There's
God.
also no black and white, good and bad.
No.
There's no best
Right.
and worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing I always have to remember.
That was the other thing. I was talking to actually Fumi about it, and he, we were talking just about like the mentality people have. Like in New York, it's like about a lot of reps, but then in LA, you'll see sometimes comedians who have done it for a few years, but then they get really big on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then and then that's like a whole other pathway.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I was like thinking like, I think what I like loved about doing stand-up and comedy was like, oh, you gotta like spend years in the monastery of the open mic and just like practicing.
Yeah.
But then like, oh well, wait a minute, if you actually could become famous / paid or whatever professional doing this other thing, was I just wasting my time in the
Yeah.
temple for all this time?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
I
Okay.
think you're developing a
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah, you're developing a skill, but you're also developing a mind state. You're developing a lot of things, and I don't think any of that energy goes unwasted. It builds something in you, and that something prepares you for. I sound like such an elder.
Your beard is growing as you talk. You're just like,
Jacques Marie Mage. But I think it all helps. It
Yeah.
all helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that said, I should quit. Yeah, that's I'm
give up.
I'm
You're
out
a
of here.
father now, Mike.
I really am. Randall Park, what kind of Asian were you this week?
Gosh, I was hoping you'd forget. I guess I was a good Asian.
Oh, okay.
In that, and I was a good son.
Oh.
In the sense that I met up with the actor James Sato, who played my dad and Always Be My Maybe, because he lives out in New
That's
York.
cool.
Great.
And we had dinner the
Whoa.
other night, and it was just such a wonderful time.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
and I heard about his come up. We
That's
never
cool.
really. I mean, I've talked to him a lot, and we've texted each other and worked with each other numerous times, but I never really actually sat down and heard his story.
Wow.
And it was so cool just hearing about him coming up as an actor in the the 70s and 80s, you
Damn.
know.
Yeah.
And
Any
it was-
crazy nuggets that he dropped in? Like his beard? You know what I'm saying? Like what was his
Well,
wisdom?
I mean, it was just in LA. He went to UCLA, even though he lives in New York now. He went to the same high school as me.
No shit.
In LA, which is
Whoa.
crazy. Hamilton High School.
Oh, God.
But there was a real Asian American community,
Right.
and an acting community,
Right.
And he was telling me about this nightclub on Sunset called Imperial Gardens,
Oh,
which
shit.
eventually became the Roxbury. But when it was Imperial Gardens, for many years, it was owned by this Japanese American couple, I think, and it was kind of the go-to place
Yeah.
for the Asian folks,
Oh,
and definitely
shit.
the folks in Hollywood. And Pat Morita would be there.
No
all the
Oh, shit.
time.
I
It was
love
just
Pat.
and they'd all be partying really hard, and hearing stuff like that makes you, oh, that's so cool, because that we had versions of that, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys had
Right.
versions of
it
that.
was
Asian
our
prom.
Asian prom.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Pat Morita was there. That's awesome.
It's all the same stuff,
Yeah.
but in
Holy
a good
fuck.
way. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
If you listen to the pod, you know I'm all about staying fit. I do jujitsu. I just got my purple belt shouts, but I'm also getting older. So what do I turn to? Athletic Greens. I like that it's simple. It gives me a little boost in my energy and my mood. All it takes is just one scoop. I put it with some water. I'm ready to start my day. AG1 supports better sleep quality and recovery, and it's a small micro habit with big benefits. It's one small thing you can do every single day to take great care of yourself. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/AsianNotAsian. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/AsianNotAsian to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. There are plenty of ways to support a healthy brain, like learning a new language or taking power naps. There's also BetterHelp online therapy. What's great about therapy is that it's all about taking time for yourself and an aspect of your health that you might not normally prioritize. I like BetterHelp because it's online therapy, which means you can do video, you can do phone, you can do chat only. I've done the chat only. It's great. It's also more affordable than in-person therapy. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Asian. That's betterhelp.com/Asian. Check it out. Damn,
That's
dude.
so cool.
That is sweet, dude. I would, anytime there's like a story like that of like Asian people doing something in the 70s, I would watch the shit out of that show.
Yeah.
If they made that a TV show, cast a young Pat Morita.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just get some of these actors in there and just like the shenanigans they must have had.
I know.
They were like partying, dude.
Oh my
you
God.
know? And also he was telling me about like at the time he was out of college and he booked this NBC movie of the week
Hell
called
yeah.
Farewell to Manzanar.
Oh shit.
Oh.
And based on the book.
Right.
And about the internment camps. And
Yeah.
it was kind of like back then a network TV movie of the week was like huge.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there were only like 3 networks.
Right.
Everyone watched those movies of the week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It was kind of like being cast in that was kind of like the Crazy Rich Asians of its time.
Sure.
You
Right.
know? And they were all just like on top of the world.
That's
you know.
awesome.
Yeah. So it's like there's so many parallels to every generation. It's kind of fascinating.
That's awesome.
Totally.
That's awesome. You're talking about being a good Asian. I think you're being a very good Asian because you got you're directing a movie. And is this you've directed other things, you know, kind of like TV episodes and stuff like that. This is like your first feature?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
How's it going?
It's so exciting.
Yeah?
It's so exciting. It's so fun. It's a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, you know, it's an independent movie, so it's a lot of, you know, kind of being on your toes and being nimble and you know, having things fall apart. But you know, usually it becomes a blessing when something falls apart.
Really?
Like something else opens up and just being ready for anything, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Super planned, super prepared, but just ready to pivot at any moment.
Right.
Yeah.
If some crazy shit happens the day of,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're doing some other shit.
Yeah.
Can you, talk me through like because I see sometimes, you know, like, you know, I know somebody for being an actor, I know somebody for being a writer, but then all of a sudden they're directing. And I always thought like, oh, that's like, you got to be like master of all trades or something, you know, but is that how it works? Or is directing a little bit more like you can really take that thing, you know, that you're like a specialist at and then convert that into the larger picture of directing? Or is that,
you
know?
definitely don't have to be a master at all trades, but you have to be familiar with all trades because you're hiring the people who are the master of that specific trade,
Yes.
right? And you want to build a team that you can kind of know that they're dope, you know,
Yeah.
and that like
Yeah.
the cinematographer is going to make this movie look amazing.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to know about lenses and like,
Yep.
you know, the specifics of cinematography, but you have to know enough to know what you want, be able to communicate that to a cinematographer and have them communicate their ideas and to collaborate, you know, and create something together that's amazing, you know, and you have to do that with every department,
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
so you have to know a little bit.
Right. Know what you want at least.
Yeah.
Know what you want, and but that comes with, I mean, for me, it just came with being in this business for
Right.
so long,
Yeah.
and being familiar with all these things. directing TV helped, directing little shorts and web series like that.
Yeah.
That all helped me,
That's
it's
cool.
all the same thing. It's just like a kind of bigger scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is like a startup. You're building like a
Totally.
Like a startup
It is a
team.
startup. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're renting out an office, dingy office. And you're every, as you get closer to production, more people get hired, and it just becomes more full, and it's really fun.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
I do wonder because I've the only things or like YouTube sketches.
Yeah.
But I sometimes feel like you still got a guy who's like the camera guy, even though he
Yeah.
was using his phone, or the
Yeah.
sound guy, and
Yeah.
you're still like working together to like solve some problem.
It's the same thing.
Damn.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's all the same. It's just gets, as well, for this film, for example, there's a lot more people, a lot more people to collaborate with, a lot more legal stuff that get, that gets taken care of, but you don't have to worry about it because you hired, or there exists someone to do that. So, it's just kind of everybody having their area of expertise, and you're kind of the one with the vision.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can barely direct my own TikToks. So
I'm a department of
impressed.
one. I
Yeah.
direct. I am the cinematographer.
I usually get in
and
a
the legal
fight
person.
with the director, which is me, and I'm the actor.
Yeah, it's kind of the antithesis of stand-up, and, or TikToks,
Yeah.
or, where like, and that's the reason why I loved stand-up so much, or doing it at the time, because it was so like, you control everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just you.
It's just you. You
Yeah.
write, you direct.
Yep.
You don't light, but you're in the club that
Yeah.
and the club's always different, and there's stuff around the room, different things you could use, different people in the audience, but it's all you.
Right.
So yeah, but it's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna lay it out there. If you ever want to get up again, come on my show. It's totally just do 5. It's always open for you, my friend.
I appreciate
Yes.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
I appreciate it.
I'm excited about this. Both Jenny and I submitted self-tapes.
We did.
Hilarious. Did not book.
We did
Hilarious.
not book.
But that's not what we brought you here for.
Yeah, we brought you're
Oh
here to
God!
confront.
Are you about to show me the tapes?
We're actually about to do the reading right now. Look under your seat.
I might not have seen every tape,
No.
mind you.
No.
Keep
No,
in
no,
mind,
no.
because
It's not about that.
No, not at all.
But you're a great, comedic actor, and I've when I was doing the tape, I feel I've gotten better at tapes. Even though I've never gotten anywhere with them. Like when I first started, I was like, I just literally read this, like, and I would just read it in a monotone voice because I just didn't know any better, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm getting some people to help me with that. But I would just love to hear what your sort of approach
take
to
is on your tape.
Yeah.
Is that,
Mike wants notes.
look under your seat. There's a file. No, just how do you approach? Because like I feel like I can be funny as myself.
Yeah.
And I can be funny as a podcaster. If there's any time where I can do a self-tape with my podcasting equipment around me,
Yeah.
I would love to do that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, there's like the biggest thing I always like that trips me up. This is I feel small, but it's something I can never get around. But like, there's a line, and I would never say those those words. I would never say it
Yeah.
as a person. So that
It's tough to. How do I? Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, well, I can't do it as me, but then am I supposed to do it as what I think they want it, or maybe a funny thing I think I would do?
Yeah.
But then I'm lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this: a lot of auditioning and acting are two completely different things.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people. I'm sure you all could have played those roles. It's just, but auditioning is something totally different, and you got to keep in mind. The people on the other side, the casting director sees all these tapes, right, and they're just like clicking on little boxes,
Yeah.
seeing them, and then they send their choices to the director, you know,
Yeah.
and of the choices, you know, because the director doesn't have time to go through
Right.
everything.
Right.
So, so
These are
they'll-
the people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll we'll go through it,
Yep.
and again, but it's still a lot of boxes, you know,
Mm.
and really you're just clicking through these boxes, and oftentimes at the very beginning of a tape, if it's not.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get you, even
Yeah.
though the rest of the tape could be amazing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you kind of already, you know, kind of moved on to the next.
Yeah.
So my one thing is always make the beginning of the tape like great.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like a sock puppet. You know, just something bizarre.
But also it's like the worst thing I think an actor could do is to try to be something that they're not.
Huh. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can play a character, but you always
Sure.
got to bring yourself to that
Yeah.
character.
Right.
You know, that's the thing that makes you different from everyone else is yourself.
Right.
You know, and you have a lot of actors trying to be this person that they think the character is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And those are the ones you usually kind of just skip over because they're all just like bad, or
Yeah.
not bad, but sometimes good, but sometimes different. You know, versions of this as
Uh-huh.
opposed to themselves.
Right.
So I always say, make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, make it your own. If you deviate from the script, that's fine.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a comedian, if there's something funny, you know.
Yeah.
I get tapes where, or I've seen tapes where, yeah, you know, they don't do the lines as scripted, but it's so good because you know who this person is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
but I'm terrible at auditioning too for that exact reason, and I think it takes kind of reps
Yeah.
to get to a place where you kind of feel out how comfortable you are deviating,
Got
how
it.
comfortable you are just like putting yourself into a role that is so unnatural to you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and it just takes reps and confidence over time.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's too bad I quit comedy already. So that's a bummer.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll
Jenny,
take it, and I'll take it, and I'll
Take
run
the
with
notes.
it.
Jenny, do you have that same feeling too when you're like, you know, you were putting out stuff?
Yeah, so I'm not much of an actor. I'm like an improviser, more writer, and
Yeah.
so I have like managers, but they were like, you should try doing some auditions. And the first ones, they were like, you seem really nervous, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I've gotten that
am.
before.
Like,
Yeah.
It's hard,
it's an
yeah.
awkward thing to like have a camera in front of you
For
and
sure.
like act towards nothing.
Yeah, but you're doing it right now. There's a camera in
That's
front of
true.
you, and you're being so natural. You're being you.
Right.
And it's not much different, you know,
Yeah.
unless the role is like so
Right.
different
Right,
from who
right.
you are. Then you find a way to bring you to that, and you'll be just as comfortable as you are now. But again, it takes reps.
Yeah.
It takes
Got it.
confidence. It takes booking some stuff.
Yeah.
Like just okay, I booked a thing, and I feel a little more confident,
Right.
you know. And eventually, it's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take control of this audition, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take control of the audition.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm gonna try my best.
We'll try. We'll try. We'll have you on
We'll
in
It
a
see.
year.
sounds so much easier than
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm still terrible at it. Like I'm like I hate auditioning. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I feel like auditioning.
I guess so.
I don't think anyone loves auditioning.
That's
No,
fair.
some people do. Some
Really?
people love it and they're so good at it.
Wow.
But
I
I'm
want
just
that
like
mindset.
I don't know. It's something about who I am that just kind of makes me want to please.
Yeah,
And makes
I'm
me
like
want
that.
to, you know,
Yeah.
and
I'm
it's
like that.
you kinda
Please like
gotta-
me, you know. I'm very pick me, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very
and then
much
there's
like
mixed
that.
in with the I want this job so bad,
Yes.
you know, and that's all like not good
Yeah.
for the audition. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Now I'm feeling anxious. Thank you for that.
We circled back to the other side.
Yeah. I got to talk. I'm sure you've talked about it before, but the rapping you did on that TikTok.
On a tick,
You had a TikTok go viral.
I've never
This
had,
was
I've
at-
never
so
had or
I
done a
looked
TikTok.
up.
Oh, you
I
looked it up.
looked up your name on TikTok because I wanted to see what the youths are talking about, and there is like a clip of you rapping. I don't know where it's from.
You're doing like
freestyle?
it's like a cipher. You're doing like a cipher.
Oh yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
super viral.
That was
Oh, yeah.
that was that actor named Raphael Casal.
Right.
And David Diggs, I
Yeah,
think, was
yeah.
there, and Wayne Brady was there.
Yes,
yes,
we were
yes.
all, we were all at Raphael's place.
Oh
It
my
was
God, so cool.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So good. One of the best comments.
The top comment.
The top comment on the TikTok of this clip of yours is he's spitting hot fire, but in Times New Roman. And it was
pretty good.
it was amazing. It's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Like I would listen to it, and afterwards I was like drinking an espresso. You know? I was like, excellent
I don't
points.
even remember what I was saying, but yeah, I think that was originally they put it on. God, there's so many TikToks. It was
I
on
know.
something else.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, it was.
But yeah, it was just a spontaneous thing. They were just, hey, you want to come over? And I was like,
So
yeah.
cool.
And then they were like, let's do this.
Is this like some dude's house? It
Yeah,
looked like
yeah,
it was just
yeah.
like in his bedroom.
It was, yeah. Raphael just moved into that house,
That's
and we were kind
crazy.
of christening it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you?
That's amazing.
Was there Henny involved? I mean, it gave me this, like we're hanging out. Hey, oh shit, someone's got the mic.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
So there was.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
okay.
Oh yeah. Utkarsh was there. My friend Utkarsh.
Yeah.
He was amazing. And,
Wait, so then
I remember us writing, but that was an old verse that I'd written back in the day that I
okay.
kind of rewrote
kinda
a little
rewrote.
bit. But I wasn't gonna write anything new because I have no interest in that. But I took an old thing and rewrote it.
Well, I was gonna ask you, are you like the Asian Tupac, where you have like hours and hours of like of tape that you've already done that we don't even know about? You have like all
Absolutely
these albums
not.
and stuff.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Because that shit was fire, man.
I
Thank
know
you,
it
man.
was
Thank you.
amazing.
That was like, I
Thank
mean,
you.
I think a lot of people think that rapping would be it's just like, oh, I'm just talking, right? But then they'll try it, and it's always like you can't even get to the first set, the first rhyme because it's such a weird cadence.
It is yeah. I mean, I think I think rappers are like, I mean, it's such a unique skill, like. I relate it to comedy a lot because a lot of it is like, in comedy you could have a joke and you take two words out and it doesn't work. You take two words out and then it works.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of it is like economy of words and rhythm and it's like they're kind of similar.
That is very true.
Yeah.
One of the other comments was saying that you have a Blackalicious influence. You know Blackalicious?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
And
yeah,
I definitely see that. I was like, oh yeah, there's definitely.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I wanted
Gifts
to.
of Gab.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
he passed away. Yeah, rest in peace.
So I wanted to ask you. This is a fun thing I always ask people who I think are into hip hop. Who are your top 5 MCs?
Oh wow.
I don't know. It always changes.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine.
But I would say, I would put Kendrick up there.
Oh shit, Kendrick,
Yeah.
new cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put.
See how cool you are?
I would put Jay-Z for sure.
Jay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Biggie probably.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd put MF Doom up there.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd put Doom and probably the 5th, Big L probably.
Big L.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Kendrick is someone. Whenever I usually play this game with someone, it's a lot of like the older cats. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Of course,
yeah, we're gonna
of
be
course.
doing,
Yeah. There's a throw. I mean, he's so lyrical. you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Older folks like that.
Yeah, rapping in Times New Roman with.
I love that
I do.
comment.
I think I would rap more in. It's definitely probably going to be Wingdings. I
Yeah.
think is going to be the one.
Wingdings.
Comic Sans.
Yeah, I was gonna say Comic Sans
Sans.
for sure.
It's definitely maybe Papyrus. Huh? Rapping in Papyrus. I fucking love it. This summer, give yourself a boost of confidence. COVID is still present, and we should continue to do our part to slow the spread and keep not only ourselves but others healthy. The CDC recommends vaccines for everyone 6 months and older. COVID vaccines for those 12 and under are given in a lower, smaller dose for younger children. So go ahead and enjoy your summer. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. # we can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Whoa, what was that? Hey, that's
what
crazy.
is that sound?
Nice.
It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronized online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed.
Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. I love how Shopify has the tools and resources to make it easy for any business to succeed from down the street to around the globe. Like mine, Shopify powers million businesses from first sale to full scale.
Reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more.
Gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond.
More than a store, Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify.
Go to shopify.com/Asian, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features.
Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/Asian right now.
Shopify.com/Asian.
We also, this is hilarious. We asked our guest, Randall Park, to take a personality test.
Oh my gosh.
And God bless you, you actually did it.
I know,
did.
truly. Thank you.
Yes.
It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And I love that it was like not yes, no. They were like, it was a gradient to
Yes.
it, you know, like you could, because some I was like, yeah, but
Yes.
yeah. And it was, I think my guess is it's pretty accurate, but I don't know.
You taken one before? You
Yeah.
must have,
I'm
right?
sure I have,
Yeah,
but
some time ago. Do you remember? So what did you get? Do you remember what
I
you
got
got?
advocate.
Advocate.
Do you know what the letters are?
Do you have what the letters are?
Letters?
Yeah, there's letters. Let me look.
No, I don't.
If we have Wi-Fi, we can look it up.
We definitely have Wi-Fi.
But I can talk about why I like it.
Tell us why. Let's
So
set us
this
up
is
here.
this is the Myers-Briggs, which is not scientific. I watched a whole documentary on it.
That
Yes.
test?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
it's
that.
A Myers-Briggs test, which was like made, I believe, around World War II.
Okay.
But it, okay, interesting. But I love it because I think I love like getting into like how people perceive themselves and like how you describe yourself. And I think the language of a personality test just gives you structure to talk about yourself.
Of course.
So I don't think it's like
Yeah.
fully anyone is always the same. I mean, like every
Yeah.
advocate is not exactly the same, but I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to think like where your head comes from.
Yes.
And actually, I said this off mic last week, but I said I think most comedic people are NFs, and you both are NFs. I'm not.
What's NF?
So, to the 4 parts of Myers-Briggs, there's extrovert, introvert, which I think most people know about.
Yeah.
Which is like how do you get your energy? There's
Oh.
the second part, which is sensing or sometimes observant and intuitive, and that's more like how you kind of think about things, which is an intuitive, and N, which is what you both are,
Yeah.
is more like daydreamy. Like you're thinking of what ifs. You're thinking like more creative, like not necessarily creative, but you're more thinking like what would life be like this? Like I think comedians are like that because you're
Yeah.
thinking about like different situations.
Yeah.
Whereas observant, I like looking at hard facts. Like I like looking at
Yes.
history, and like so my content like sketches I write are almost always based off of like something I fully experienced.
Yes,
100%.
yes,
That makes
yes.
sense.
So that's why I'm always like I need to experience weird things so I can write
Yep,
about it because
yep.
that's like my
Yeah.
material.
Can I ask you a question, a personal question?
Yeah.
Are you and you may have already established this in previous episodes, but
probably haven't.
are you anxiety prone?
I am a little bit, but not that anxious.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like that would be something more.
Yeah, like the
about
what ifs.
Yeah, the catastrophic thinking is something that would be more aligned with.
Yeah.
I
I think my anxiety is more like I felt bad that one time I experienced that and I don't want to experience it again.
Yeah.
Whereas your anxiety is probably like, oh my God, here's all the possible things that could happen.
Yeah.
Damn, is
yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
What do you mean by catastrophic? You thinking like what are the worst case scenario situations?
Just kind of ruminating on bad outcomes,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the source of your anxiety,
Yeah.
ultimately, you
Yeah.
know, whether consciously or not, there's this kind of worry. It's worry, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll continue with your thing.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like, I think the N and the S are really interesting, what we're talking about right now, like the thinking about what ifs versus like what you actually see. Do you feel like that's how your brain works? Like, is that where you get your creativity from? It's just like daydreaming or like thinking about what else could be? Because like, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a
yeah.
big sci-fi person? Are you into sci-fi?
Not really.
Because I feel like with the possibility thing, I'm always into like what if we just didn't have the rules of society that we have.
Yeah.
I'm always
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, so like I'm watching this thing on Apple TV. It's called Foundation, which is like this big sprawling crazy sci-fi thing, and it's like set like 50,000 years in the future. Like
Yeah.
that was, I guess. Oh, man, my first ever panic attack I ever had when I was like 15. I was listening to the song Black Hole Sun. You know that song?
No.
Black Hole Sun, you know? Anyways. It's about a black hole.
Okay.
And I was thinking about the future, and I was like, oh, one day the sun will explode or something, right? This is like
Sure.
500 million years in the future
Yeah.
or something like that. And that gave me, and I was like, well, not only will I be totally dead by then, I actually wasn't even worried about that. I was just like, what will happen in the universe in 500 million years? And I was like so far in the future.
Really?
I had this crazy panic attack.
Wow.
I was 15. I remember I was in the shower, and I was like, what the fuck is going? You know, I'm like,
Wow.
I put my life in terms
Yeah.
of a cosmic scale.
Yes.
And it was just like, the look
Yeah.
you're giving me, Randall. It's just like, you need help, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
But it
I
was-
thought I was, but not
It was like that. But, you know, over time, I've kind of like, okay, I probably won't care what happens to the sun at that
Sure.
point. I should probably worry about lunch. You know, that was like, I've kind of
Yeah,
like been
yeah.
able to like get myself to focus.
Yeah.
And actually having my child has really
Yes.
put me into focus, because I was
Yeah.
like,
Totally.
I can't worry about that. I gotta worry
Yeah.
about his
Right.
diaper. I gotta
Yes,
like do this
yes,
thing.
yes.
He's the one. He's like the thing I gotta worry about. It,
Right.
it gave me a lot more focus.
Yeah, he's grounding you.
Yeah.
He's grounding me
Yeah.
for sure. But like as far as the possibilities thing, I've thought about possibilities.
Wow.
Have you thought about the sun exploding? I have. That's my jam.
I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think about the possibilities of the outside world in that way, but I do think about the possibilities of the inside world in
Okay.
that way. You
Yeah.
know, and I think I'm very like, or I can get anxious about the
Yeah.
possibilities of humans. You know, and
Oh.
what we're capable of. you
Yeah.
know? I was having a conversation with someone on the project the other day, and we were talking about. I think we were talking about Trumpism or something like that, and you know, they were saying like it's basically a cult, and you know, a part of me was like, oh yeah, but you know, we're all capable of, we're all susceptible to
Sure.
cults, whether
Yeah.
we think we are or not.
Yeah.
In fact, we probably are in a cult right now that
Yes.
we aren't even aware of. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm the kind of person who really considers
Oh,
all
whoa.
those things all the time.
Yeah.
You know. And that's kind of more the source of my anxieties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely hear you there too. I think
Yeah.
that just being a human being, you're susceptible because we're like social.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to be, oh, everybody else is doing it. I got to do it too, because in general,
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
usually is a good thing. You know, like
Yeah.
everybody's all together. We're going to do this, but then sometimes it can get us all crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
and we're all like just trying, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm less worried about explosions and more worried about implosions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
And that's the difference between you two.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
yeah. That's another part of the of the personality test. Are you in an explosion or implosion?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, black holes are implosions.
That's right,
Just wanted to put it out there, just to talk about physics for a second. Yeah. Okay. Is there what? Then there's J. What is J?
So J, that's the last one. There's judging versus perceiving, and judging tends to be more like organized. Like you need to have a
Oh.
plan to execute. So once you come
Oh.
up with like a thing that you want to do, you're the person who's like putting in the plan.
Got
And then
it.
P, perceiving, is more like I'm gonna like fly by the seat of my pants. Like I'm just gonna go with the flow. And so like I think J and P, like you're a J, which makes sense to me. I think.
P is the pants.
Yeah, fly by the seat of your pants. Yeah, P is for pants.
Yeah.
I'm also J. I don't know what you are.
I think I'm a J, but although I actually don't think that's true of me, but maybe I don't know.
I'm kind of both.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You
kind
can
of
be
both.
both for sure.
Like if I go on a vacation, I don't like to plan anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I
there you
like to
go.
just
See what
whatever
happens.
happens. You know, I don't look up restaurants, how good it is before I go. I'll just like, oh, that sign looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there you go.
But when it comes to like work stuff,
Yeah.
I'm very organized.
Yeah.
And life stuff, like health stuff.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, talking about like, having to put together your team and all of that, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a strength you have to have.
Yeah.
if in that
For
position.
sure. For sure.
But by health stuff, what do you mean? You mean like working out and shit?
Yeah, exercise, just being mindful of my health, meditating, doing all these things that, to keep me alive.
From imploding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from imploding.
What is the Randall Park exercise routine? I would love to hear. Are you a kettlebell guy? Are you a body weight guy? Or running?
Mostly body weight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I used to not be, but yeah, mostly body weight. I'm an avid runner, but I kind of developed a case of plantar fasciitis. So I haven't been running in the past few months.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first mention of plantar fasciitis on the podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're broaching all sorts of new. We're talking about anxiety. We're talking about plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
We're talking about Jacques-Marie Mind.
Yes.
It all comes into the podcast.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my question. So I was wondering, at what point in your career did your parents or if anybody outside, like in your family, were they like, this is legitimate? Because I think that, like right now with my parents, right, they're like, that's a fun thing that Jenny does. Like she just does comedy for fun.
Yeah.
And then like I'm wondering like at what point it flipped to like that's actually something that is real and can be real and can be a career.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Another personal question?
Yeah.
Are you, what generation are you?
I'm a millennial. I'm 30.
No, but I mean, in terms of Japanese.
Fourth.
Fourth
But
generation.
On my mom's side, I'm first. My mom is from Japan, but my dad is like third generation. Yeah.
And do you feel that coming from both parents, or do you feel it more from your mom's side?
I think from both parents,
Yeah.
they're kind of like, because they're, they're still like the immigrant mentality where they're
Yeah.
like, this is nothing, and I'm from the Bay Area, so it's like, we didn't
Yes.
grow up with creative fields.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
especially now it's just tech.
Yeah.
So it's like the idea of a creative field is very foreign
Of
to them.
course.
And they came to my
Yeah.
improv show and they're like, I don't understand. Like, they look like, they're like, you're having fun, but I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
it's, and for sure my mom's side, it's like
Yeah, for sure.
completely foreign.
For me, so yeah, when I first started, I started well into my, I was in my later 20s when I was like, I'm going to go all out with
Yeah.
this. And at that point, I had broached the topic with my parents numerous times over the past, 5 years before. And it always got shot down, and it was always very discouraging, which
Yeah.
is why I didn't move forward with it. But eventually, into my later 20s, like, screw it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't tell them.
Oh.
And I pretty much didn't tell them for well into my career.
Well, look behind you.
But so I didn't tell them, and they knew something was, they were like, why is he working at Starbucks? That's weird. They knew like something, I was doing something, but
Yeah.
I think it got to the point where they're like, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Just, as long as you're, taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they were worried.
Yeah.
Because I'd come home with a garbage bag full of pastries and sandwiches every day.
Yeah.
And then they started seeing me in commercials.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
They
and
saw
then-
you before you told them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Were you in a commercial?" I'd be like, "Yeah, but I'm just doing it for
Right.
fun here and there." So I downplay it.
Yeah.
And
I love that. I love that it's like they keep seeing you in like bigger and bigger. Where did I see you in Goodfellas?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Me and Robert De Niro did it. It's like
I would say around, oddly enough, the interview is when because also it was all over the Korean
Yeah.
newspaper, and it was is when they kind of saw that, oh, he's a lead in a movie with Seth Rogen, like
Wow.
he's probably
Damn, that was like
making,
very
Yeah, I would say
recent.
that's very recent.
I mean, that's when it was like that's when I
Yeah.
think they came to
I see.
terms with this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I at that point I was making a living at
Right.
it. I
Right.
wasn't like rich, but I was like making a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that comforted them. And granted, we shot the interview before Fresh Off the Boat
Right.
even happened.
Right,
so
right.
that they didn't even, this was just this movie that was this, where I was like a lead character in,
Yeah.
and they were, so I think that really made them like on board with it. And after that, they were, they were
Yeah.
super proud. And then, yeah.
So to answer your question, when you're mainstream successful.
exactly.
That's when you can finally tell your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will say it has been nice because I feel like I'm not really into music or but people always I'm into this indie group, you never heard of them, but like for me I was into Randall Park before Randall Park was Randall Park. You know what I'm saying? People are always showing me the Asian gym thing and I'm like, please. I knew this cat before.
I saw Dr. Miracle.
I saw some shit. I saw some weird commercials.
Yeah.
This guy's what's up.
Yeah.
So
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's it's always a tricky one.
Yeah.
With your parents, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of.
But I guess they didn't worry that much if they weren't asking too many questions. I get asked a lot of questions.
There was a lot of asking questions, and in that 5 years before, for those first few years, there was a lot of worry, but I think they just at a certain point it was like he's not gonna.
Right.
He's doing this whether we want him to or not.
Yeah.
Can I ask too? Did you were getting married and you had a kid like in this whole time as well, right?
That was later. Yeah. Well, that was
later on, but like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like almost 10 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
Yeah. And that definitely changes things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots
I'll
of
just have to book a movie.
Yeah. Or have a kid.
Or have a kid.
There you
go. One or the other.
I did that one because it was easier to have a kid than to book the movie. We're going to listen to some voicemails. If you want to get up on these voicemails, you could leave us a voicemail. It could be about anything. Tell us what kind of Asian you were. Tell us, fucking how your relationship with your parents are. Don't do that because actually that would take forever, and we only have a certain amount of space. The voicemail number is 646-809-7231. That's 646-809-7231. We've got a fun one, and we're just gonna listen to it. How's that sound?
Great.
Can't wait.
Hey guys, I am a week late, I think, on that episode. I was on episode 3 when I heard this number, but I have a twofer for you guys. You can guess what Asian am I through my name, and my name is Andreas. See what type of Asian. Have that in your mind and mull that over. And this week, I was a banana Asian. And that means, even though I'm yellow on the outside, I'm white on the inside. I did a lot of white activities, and one of them being pickleball. I don't know if you guys know that, but that is a very white sport created in Seattle. But, yeah, banana Asian this week.
That's it. So this guy, he was a banana Asian. I would say pickleball is the big crux of this thing. Although, I guess first we're supposed to guess what can I...
Andreas.
It's not fair. We only have your first name. We need your first and last name. Unless he only goes by Andreas. That would be kind of cool.
Like Prince?
Yes. But he just picked a regular name?
Yeah, he just picked a... Yeah.
Just call me Matt. But let's see here. Yeah. Have you guys you're familiar with pickleball?
No,
this is like a thing now.
I was going to ask what pickleball is.
Randall, you know what pickleball is?
When as soon as he said it, I just lost complete interest. I have no interest in learning what it is. I just don't want anything to do with it. But you guys can talk about it.
I would say it's not as white as what's a really white
spike ball.
Spike ball.
Don't know. Don't care.
Randall Park has just walked out of the building.
Park.
He's done.
You're like one of those you're like a bigoted guy, but except we're learning about new sports. He's like, I don't care about these new sports. I like sports back when they had baskets and bases. That's it. Pickleball and the spike ball. That's unnatural. I feel you might like pickleball because you got plantar fasciitis, so I think you might like it. Pickleball is like. Okay, it's played on a tennis court. Okay. And it's essentially like as if you didn't have the back court. So it's like the very front. You know how like in like the very front part of the thing, you have It's not like a tennis racket. It's more like a racket, ball racket.
Oh yeah, I've seen people playing that.
Yeah, and it's like think of it as like short range tennis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
So it
And
doesn't bounce.
You can bounce it.
Oh, you can.
But you can also just hit it like right as it goes over.
I see.
Or you can do one bounce. But it really is like that. It's like. And it's usually in twos. It's like a doubles thing.
Okay.
So because it's like a doubles thing and you're so close in,
Yeah.
there's a lot less running. You can basically kind of just stand there, right there.
Got it.
And hit the ball. So it's
Okay.
very popular with white people.
White people?
But
Yeah.
it's also very popular with like older folks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
like a bunch of old Asian folks playing it.
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah.
Asian people love.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come on in.
Emma.
Yeah.
Emma.
Very quickly, very drop-in guest with us.
Drop-in
Okay.
guest.
I brought my mom here because I had the Maja here last time, and it's so good, and I had to come back.
Emma
Oh,
was
wow.
on our podcast.
Emma, this is
Thanks.
do you know Randall Park? Do you have?
Thank
of
you.
course. You haven't had him on thing? You get him on thing?
No, but you're the Korean celebrity that my grandparents know.
Oh my gosh! Hey, that's
Because I grabbed my mom to say hi. She
Of course.
She said that you sound Korean on air, so she
Do
loves
I?
Oh.
Is that a compliment?
it. It is a
Yes.
compliment. Here it is.
Just take it.
I'll
sound
take it.
hilarious.
angry and
Yeah. Full
This
of
is incredible.
bitterness, but also at the same time just loves eating nuts. Just, hi,
loves
how's it going?
Going?
This is hilarious. We're
This
keeping this
is
all
incredible.
in the podcast.
I know,
Hi,
this
how's
is
it
what we're
going?
going
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I was telling Mike that he sounds Korean on air.
I sound Korean on air.
You do.
How does that work? How do I sound Korean?
I think we were saying maybe because you're from the West Coast. I think maybe it's that West
California
Coast.
Asian?
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You
Is
sound
that-
like someone who grew up with other people like you. And
Oh,
I think
that's
that's
true.
nice.
Yeah.
'Cause I sound like someone who was repressed for a long time.
You don't sound repressed. That's true. That makes me sound like a Korean
So,
man.
It
Yeah.
sounded great.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thanks for
it's
coming
good to
by.
see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Emma, let us know next time you're around.
Yeah.
I'm
get
here
you
all
back.
summer. So.
You are?
Yeah. I'm seeing
We're
Daniel
hanging out
Wednesday.
this week.
No shit.
Sorry.
All right.
It's kind of a
I'll
us
DM
thing.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay, that was a fun little thing. People, you never
Wow.
know what's
You
going to
never
happen
know.
on this
Oh my
podcast.
God.
We're
Previous
talking
guests.
about
Amazing.
pickleball. We're talking about
Wait.
wait, don't tell me. It's crazy times. Anyway, so there's pickleball.
Oh my gosh. We
Asian
fully derailed.
people love watching. They love tennis and any derivative thereof. And I
True.
think, like table tennis. Older Asian folks are so good at that.
Asian people love
Yeah.
ping pong.
Ping pong, so good at
They're so
table
good.
tennis.
Yeah.
I think that's so. I think pickleball is like it's right in the wheelhouse of a racket sport, but you can still wear a collared shirt if you want to. That's important, So you look like you can go straight back to consulting if you need to. So I think that's what it is. That's what pickleball
Got it,
is.
got it.
It is pretty white. Not as white as spike ball.
Yeah, spike ball's very white.
Spike ball. You've never heard of?
Just no interest.
Yeah.
You
Fair
know.
enough. Fair enough.
Randall's fully kind of
It's a little bit
disengaged.
more-
But the pickleball was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
actually, once you started
we
talking
got
about
you.
it. Yeah.
Also, because
Yeah.
you saw it. You saw it in
I did
action.
see it.
Yeah.
I did see
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
see? And I do, so, excuse me. So, Andreas, if that is your real name, you know what? Don't be so hard on yourself about being a banana Asian.
I mean,
Because pickleball
yeah.
can be
Yeah, it's
very
great.
Asian.
It's expanding, what it means to be Asian. We
Yeah.
do,
There you
all
go.
sorts of things.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. We have one name without a last name. Like that's,
Normalize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Thai people. Thai
Yeah.
people only got the one name. Or is it?
Really?
No.
I don't know anything.
I think it might be Indonesians.
Only have
really?
one
yeah.
name?
Indonesians have one name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what, yeah.
There's no family name?
I think it depends, but oftentimes there's just like I'm just straight up this one name, and it's just like
That's kind of cool.
That's so cool.
it's badass.
yeah.
I think it would really challenge you as a parent to come up with a cool name.
That
too.
is true.
You know?
Everything rides on that name.
Can't just be Mike. That's boring.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Mike Stradamus. Everything sounds like a fucking rapper name. Okay, well that was our voicemail segment. Please drop some voicemails. We love getting them. We've been
I know.
getting a few every week, and it's been great. And literally, it can be anything, as you could just heard. And you never know if someone will drop by and say, "Mike, you are Korean," right
Yeah.
to my face. It's great. I love it. I think we're gonna just round this out by playing the Asian not Asian game. And this game, we're just gonna bring up a couple things that we've been talking about. and we're gonna say, or I guess, argue about whether or not it's Asian or non-Asian.
Yeah, let's get into a fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Let's do it. How's that sound, Randall?
Sounds great.
Okay, we'll start. Expensive sunglasses. Is that Asian or not Asian?
I mean, I think, just, right here, these two.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I feel.
think so.
Yeah. What do you think?
Absolutely Asian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys both have like the cool tinted glasses too, like the yellowish
Ooh.
sunglass look.
I definitely think too that an Asian mom, she will be.
Yes.
She'll be trying to save money. She'll be going to Costco,
Yeah.
but with the Chanel shades
know.
on.
Yes.
I was gonna say
Yes.
Gucci, like
yeah,
on the
Gucci.
side.
The
yeah.
side. Yeah. Yeah. Just
For sure.
like full on her pickleball outfit.
Yeah.
The fucking
Yeah,
sunglasses
because it's
on.
up top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got to showcase what's up top.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
What a fun way to say that.
Yeah.
Randall. just up top.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I love that.
Economy of words,
Yes, exactly.
That was a New Times Roman. That's a good one. Okay.
Personality tests.
Oh shit.
Is that Asian or not Asian?
Now, can not Asian also mean just, or can Asian also mean like everybody, or does it have to be Asian specific?
You know what? As long as you show your work, you could be anything. Show your work and you could be whatever you want.
Because I think yes, it is Asian, but
Yeah?
because I think it's very human to want insight, and
Yeah.
I think every group of people probably has a large percentage of wanting to delve into who they are.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense because if you think about it, like, the personality tests that Asian people got is like the zodiac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're the tiger. That means you're going to be industrious and
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
And
In Japan, it's blood type.
word?
Is it really?
They love talking about blood type. Like they're like, if you have blood A, you're like this. B, you're like this. Like they literally do it on TV shows.
But they only got like the 4?
Yes.
Oh shit.
It's a very
blood,
simple
do you know
breakdown.
what your blood type is?
I'm A.
And what does that mean?
I think it means I'm like very like, I think I'm basic. I think because a lot of people are A and it's like very like, maybe I'm mixing up American version of type A because I want to say structured.
Oh, I
kind
see.
of like your
Oh.
basic mainstream like. And like if you're like type O, you're a little bit more flexible, odd, a
Right,
little
right,
bit different. Type B
right.
is also like a little offbeat.
Right.
Yeah.
What are
a
you?
little bit more
Do you know
unique.
what you are?
I don't know.
I've always feel I should know in case I get like
Yeah.
I find out and then I forget.
I forget immediately. I ask my
Like,
mom
this
like
isn't
every other
relevant.
year.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what am I? In case like I don't know, like I'm in a war zone and I need a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, you got to give me O because as you can see from my personality, I'm
Yeah,
outgoing.
I'm a little different than you.
That would be great if that's how the medic figured out which blood type you were.
They like ask you a question
Yeah,
about
exactly.
your personality.
Take this personality test.
Definitely a no.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, here we go. Easy, in the nice easy one. Plantar fasciitis. Is that Asian or not Asian? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, what is it?
It is a.
We're putting you on such blast right now. Tell us about your feet.
So
dude.
there's the heel, and then there's this band in the arch,
Uh-huh.
and it is a weakening of I believe, the band in the arch that causes pain at the very front of the heel every time you step.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is it like? Is
and
it
I
like,
got it from running. Like, definitely got it from running.
Is it kind of like your arches are like flattening out? Is that what's going on?
I don't, something like that.
Got it.
Like the pronation of the feet I think that's what it's called. It's like if it's not like,
Yep.
if it's like kind of
I see.
off, then it could happen. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I probably was wearing like old shoes and running a ton, and I think it just caused that.
This
Yeah.
the no subject is off limits on this podcast. Anything. Now we're suddenly talking about feet.
It's just amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, is that Asian or not Asian?
I would say not.
Okay.
Just because I have a lot of Asian friends and it's never come up.
Yeah, you broke the glass ceiling.
Yeah, I did. I'm kind of a trailblazer.
So many firsts for you.
Yeah.
You know, first feature directing, first broaching the subject of Plantar Fasciitis on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, what do you think?
I guess I would also say it's not Asian because I don't hear about it. Maybe it's because Asian people don't run that much, or maybe Asian people around me don't run that much. Do you know what I mean? Like I imagine more like gentle workouts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like doing the thing where you're like hitting yourself against a tree. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, that's a Korean lady.
I know
thing.
I know a lot of runners who are
Really?
Asian. Yeah, but they've never gotten it, as far as I know.
I do think here we go. I'm gonna start a new stereotype. I think Asian people got good feet. I really do.
What does that mean?
I don't think, you know, I've not really heard like a lot. Oh, I got a bunion, or I got like, you know, I don't know what it is. We got good, maybe we're more active. That in alone usually helps you with your feet. You know what I'm saying? We
Also, like I think
we're barefoot more.
Yeah, we're
No,
barefoot
yeah,
more.
we are barefoot more.
Yeah, we're barefoot more. Like you know, like you see old you know, those old paintings of us in those like wooden cloth, like
Yeah.
wooden
Yeah.
slippers. You
Yeah.
know, there's
Yeah.
I don't know,
No, that's what we do here. We start
all a reach.
a complete reach.
Yeah.
But everything's made up and nothing matters.
Fully,
so
yeah. It's
We're
just
all
the
gonna
confidence
die.
of
we're all
what you
gonna
say.
die.
Yeah.
This sun will implode.
Implosion or explosion, one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, that was the Asian. You got another topic?
No.
That was great.
That was, how can I top that?
How do you connect feet to the sun exploding 500 million years from now? We can do
We
it.
can
That's
do
right. That's
Well, thank you very much to our guest, Randall Park.
Oh my God, that
thank
was so
you.
fun.
Of
course.
I good luck for
Thank
your
you.
fucking
Yes.
project
Thank you.
and everything you do. Yeah, where can our fans find you? You know, what are some things you got going on?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Not online, but I don't know. Directing this movie.
Yeah.
There's a show coming out called Blockbuster about the last Blockbuster
That
video
looks fucking
store.
awesome.
I can't wait.
It's going to be on
Awesome.
Netflix at some time. It's going to come out.
You know, I worked at a Blockbuster.
Oh, did you?
You did?
Fucking, yeah, I looked back. I actually had this thought. I was like, oh, I should write a thing about it. And then you're doing this thing. I'm like, God damn it. But it was very, it was interesting.
It's
And
a fun show. It's a
Yeah.
workplace comedy.
That's awesome.
I had a blast. Yeah, and then other stuff down the line, I think.
I think it's so good that
Awesome.
you're not on social
I know.
media. That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, it is. I'm very proud of myself for
It's cool.
recognizing it as a not helpful source and then
Yes.
getting off it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually feel so much better because of it.
We gotta do this.
I mean, one day.
One day. We
when I
gotta
don't
do
need
this.
it, I'll
That's
be
fine.
off of it.
That's my thing. Okay. Well, and then you can find the podcast at Asian Not Asian Pod on Instagram, and you can find me, Mike Nguyen, on Instagram at Nice Pants Bro.
And you can find me anywhere at Jenny Arimoto.
Until then, please check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Asian Not Asian Pod. Come check out our stand-up show. I don't know if this will be out in time for the next one, but just check out Hack City Comedy. I will continue to beg Randall to come back and drop some shit on us, and it'll be amazing. Until next time, everybody, take care of your feet.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.